discussed, I know, at government level is regulatory oversight of super, and whether APRA-regulated funds, SMSFs and everything else just comes under one regulator rather than currently where we've got three. We've got APRA, we've got the ATO, and we've got ASIC, and ASIC somewhere in the middle of everything. So, and I'm going to start off with Pauline because she actually wrote a very interesting submission to the Senate committee on the roles of the regulators in super. So I'd like you to sort of flesh that out if you could, Pauline.
So this happens to be a bit of a passion of mine, surprise, surprise, being an ex-regulator and being part of the regulatory environment for many, many years. I really think we need to look at the whole regulation of the superannuation system. And the reason I say that is because regulation is not so much about rules anymore, it's about managing risk. And when you are a regulator, really being able to understand systemic risk, environmental risk, operational risk, you need to be able to assess it across the whole industry. With such a big segment of the money held in individually managed accounts like self-managed funds, you're just not going to get a good risk profile of the industry. So I think that alone is enough of a reason to bring it together. People think self-managed funds shouldn't be prudentially regulated. The bottom line is, it's not the individual funds, it's the system that needs to be prudentially regulated. And that is the big missing piece, and that's what's got to change if we're going to avoid any systemic failure in the future.
Jeff, down the other end, from your point of view, are you happy that SMSFs are regulated by the ATO and you guys have to answer to APRA?
No, I don't think so. I think for years now, I think compliance in the superannuation industry has just continued to increase, and that obviously has to impact on members' benefits. This government has, in all sorts of industries, now made it clear that they're going to reduce red tape, and it seems to me if they do combine a number of the regulators, hopefully then we will get more consistency in the application of the regulations, but also that we will get some reduction in the level of compliance that we currently have.
And Russell, because the microphone's close to you.
Yeah. Thank you, Mike. I agree. I for many years have said that I think all super funds should be regulated by the one regulator, and to my mind that's APRA. They have the experience, the ATO is a collector of revenue, and I'd have to say they do that very well from personal experience. So they collect revenue, APRA regulates superannuation funds. I agree with Jeff, there's duplication, there's more work on funds. We want to see a rigid compliance regime without question. We don't want scandals in this industry. I think one of the ways we avoid that is to have a consistent approach across the industry. Look at what happened with Trio, where some of the members were APRA regulated, others were ATO regulated, some were compensated, some weren't. While it may have been made clear to those ATO regulated members that they weren't going to be protected by the APRA rules, you can understand why they would feel bitter and disillusioned with the whole process. It would have been far better for any of these problem areas to be covered by the one regulator.